Tonight, before we talk about how to talk to an atheist, I would like just to give a short, my case for evidence for God here in Michigan. Okay, so can we present a case that there's a God, even from the things we see and observe here in Michigan? Well, I think we can. The first one is, let's say you're walking down the street and you observe this mad scientist guy with a lab coat, and he was pushing grass into a machine, pressing a button, and in a matter of minutes, out was coming drinkable white milk. You might stop and go, whoa, where did that come from? Now, if the scientist goes, I don't know, it just kind of appeared, or it just kind of evolved over millions of years, you would laugh, right? The first question, if you saw this guy pushing straw and hay and dirt and grass into his machine, pressing a button, and out came drinkable white milk, your first question would be, whoa, who invented that? Who made that? So if you said, dude, I don't know, it just evolved, you say, no, really, who made it? Think about it. If a mad scientist could make a machine that you could stuff grass and hay and dirt and rocks into it, we could feed the world. Just make these machines and send them out into the world, dairy products for everybody. But no scientist is smart enough to make a machine that you can stuff grass and hay into this machine, press a button, and out come drinkable white milk. No one's smart enough to make it. And I've had people at Harvard say, well, someday we will. And you're probably right. Someday we probably will. The point is, it would take a very smart person to make that kind of machine, but no one yet is smart enough, because it takes a really smart person to do that. But here's the point. The machine already exists. And man didn't make it. So if we would take a very smart person, multiple smart people, to make a machine that you could put grass into it and make milk, but no one's smart enough to do that, but the machine already exists, which we know as the cow. The question then becomes, if the machine already exists, but we just told ourselves it would take a very, 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 very smart person to do it, the ultimate question would be then, who made the... Yeah, we see cows and stuff like that all the time. We just well, there's a cow. But we don't realize that something as silly as a cow glorifies God. It shows that there's a mind, an intelligence, a creator behind the creation, okay? Well, that's C, cow. How about this one? Man, I hate acorns in oak trees. This is fall, right? So we're raking leaves, and these acorns fall on the ground. They start sprouting little, trees, oak trees and stuff. And one day I was raking my leaves in this big oak tree, and I saw this little oak tree in my lawn. And then I saw the little acorn. I was like, wait a second. I'm looking at this acorn, and I'm looking up at this oak tree, looking at this acorn, looking at this tree. When I was growing up, I watched the X-Files, right? The X-Files. You had these alien intelligence, and they were planning stuff in people. I'm thinking, this little acorn has all the DNA information in it to build this oak tree. This little acorn is alien. It's X-Files. This acorn has squirrels eat this. Squirrels eat this little stuff, but there's enough genetic material packed in there. Can you imagine if a scientist said, ladies and gentlemen, in this little microchip, you put it in the dirt, and in a matter of years, you're going to get a big tree. We'd go, whoa, that would be amazing. But nobody's smart enough to make that. So cows and acorns, I think, show a pretty cool creator, designer. How about this one? One day, I was walking out to my mailbox, and there was a spider staring me right in the eyes. I don't like spiders. So that little Spidey guy, I went, hoya, and I flicked him off my mailbox. And he was like, whoo! I flicked him good. And he was out a good, this far. He shot a spider web mid-air, right back to my mailbox, swung down, detached, and ran off. And I think he was telling me I was number one on the way off. He was running away and telling me I was number one on the way off. But I was like, whoa, that's pretty incredible, right? Because the whole Spider-Man thing is that this dude makes this little machine thing, and he can wha-cha, wha-cha, wha-cha. And I'm like, that's every kid's dream, right? To make this Spidey thing that you could shoot spider webs. And I just like saw it. I thought they made that stuff up for the comic books. But here's a spider. He can shoot a web and detach and run away. I was like, stink. That's pretty awesome. I mean, human beings can't make that kind of stuff. We want to, but we can't. But the machine already, what? Exists. So who made the spider? Who made the acorn? Who made the cow? I mean, just common things around us, like cows and acorns and spiders, I think give evidence for a creator. Well, last one. How many of you guys are good at drawing things? Anybody? Most of us aren't, okay? So if I asked you to take a look at an eagle and pencil draw an eagle, how would you do? Yeah, horrible, right? I mean, it's really fun to watch people draw stuff. It's like, ooh, that's pretty bad, dude. But look, it's like, that's not so great, right? So imagine, we can't even draw an eagle, okay? We can't even draw it proportionally. Okay, now make that drawing come alive. That's what you're saying if there's no God. We can't even draw an eagle. How about make an eagle come alive? Right? Eagles do nose dives. They can see for miles away. We can't even draw an eagle, let alone make an eagle. I didn't know there was eagles in Michigan. That's why I use this illustration, right? So we can go for cows, acorns, spiders, and eagles. Just common stuff that are in Michigan. They're so amazing, people can't make it, but they exist. Therefore, I think there's good evidence, there's a case that can be made that there's an intelligence, there's a designer, there's a God behind, there's a creator behind the creation.